Paul Skenes just announced that he is going to pitch for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. We're looking right now at his Instagram with a cool video saying Team USA on the screen, and then it superimposed the uniform on his body, which will be hopefully a more successful team than the one that he's currently on. But anyway, I was surprised when I saw this. He makes this announcement pretty early. It's a guy who has not gotten paid yet, and we haven't seen this much from young top-level starters playing for Team USA. I think this is pretty cool, at least for now. Your thoughts?
It is cool for now, but there's such a long way to go to get Skenes on this team. I mean, this thing isn't until March. So all it takes is a little tweak anywhere during the season, and the Pirates are going to say no. That's why the Japan League has kind of an advantage because they let their guys do this, and they build up for like months for this. I mean, they build up and build up and build up, whereas USA goes to their spring training and they have like a week together, and then they're like, let's go play. And a lot of the times as Americans, we don't get our best pitchers because teams are so scared to let their best pitchers go.
And it's up to
the team ultimately.
Office. Right.
The team can say no.
Generally, obviously the owner has say, but also the GM/president of baseball ops, whoever's in charge of the front office has say. Newsflash, Kratz, that might be someone else for the Pirates. Ben Cherington might not make it 10 more months with this team. It's real. I'm serious. It's year 6. They suck. He might not make it through. Derek Shelton being canned was just phase 1. When you do it early in a season, if this team ends up terrible, then they're probably going to reevaluate the front office and make a move like that too. Just throwing disclaimers out there. Someone else might come in and be like, yeah, Paul, that was the old front office. It's like what they told Rafi Devers when he signed his big contract. Yeah, that was your agreement with Bloom. I'm Breslau.
But you have, as a team, especially a team like the Pirates, for Paul, before this, he had about 3 opportunities. They had about 3 opportunities to make this man think, I want to stay in Pittsburgh. And it's the first year, second year, and third year of arbitration. That is the only way you can really, get some goodwill with Paul Skenes. Paul Skenes comes to you and says, I want to play for Team USA because I'm one of the best young pitchers in the game. They say, no, Paul, we better not. All right. -1 right now. And I'm not saying that he's going to stay a Pirate. Everyone's like, there's no chance he ever stays a Pirate. If there's any chance, you let this man do something like this. And in my opinion, if guys are ready for it, they can just build their off seasons for it. I don't know. I just think a big monster dude like this, he's not going to hurt himself going to pitch for Team USA more than he is pitching for the Pirates when they're out of it in June. He's going to pitch the same level. And if you have time to prepare for it, now's the time to do it.
Okay, hold up. If you think that if the Pirates tell him he's not allowed to pitch in Team USA, he's going to get mad at the Pirates. He's not staying with the Pirates past, at the very latest, his 6th year anyway. So that has nothing to do with it. The Pirates just have the power. I was told no by the White Sox.
You were?
The first WBC. After we won the World Series, I kind of tweaked my hamstring. I was running on a beach, and I kind of tweaked my hamstring a little bit, and they're like, nope, no WBC for you. And I was like, that was the one that had Clemens and Griffey and Jeter and all of them on it.
Was it
much
the
first
of a discussion?
Huh?
Was it much of a discussion?
Well, because no one really understood what it was then. So I was like, Buck Martinez was the manager. He called me and said, will you do this? And I was like, let me think about it. And I called him back a couple of days, and he's like, well, sorry, you're out. The White Sox said no. And I was like, dang it. So, but yeah, I mean, the teams can say no. Mm-hmm. I know that we're like, oh, the player can do whatever he wants, but ultimately the team has the power.
But the team said yes to
Skenes. The team said yes now. Of course they did, but here's the thing. He's going to pitch more innings than he's ever pitched if he pitches every time. If there is the slightest thing, the slightest oblique or hamstring or knee pain or elbow pain, you're out, dude. Because the Pirates are going to maximize his starts until the moment they trade him or he walks out as a free agency. They should maximize every one of Skenes' starts.
And unless the team tanks and sells all of its parts,
they're not going to sell Skenes no matter what, right, until they have to and they know he's leaving.
I'm not saying
why
Skenes.
Would they?
I'm saying, let's say the Pirates actually dump some other players and they put the reset button on again because they have a new front office.
Who are they going to dump?
I'm saying they're not going to do that. So next year is still a big deal. They've been bad for a long time. Don't you think they're going to be like, hey, there's a lot going on here. We need to show signs of a turnaround. You pitching in the World Baseball Classic doesn't help us.
That's kind of my point.
And most starters do think that there is more of an injury risk when you're pitching high-level competition before you're usually
all they do is go Edwin Diaz.
And that wasn't even from
throwing. That was from jumping up and down.
I'll give you a name. Drew Smiley. Look up Drew Smiley and what he was doing, and then he ran into the WBC. I'm not blaming it. I love the WBC, so I'll put that out there. But I do get the point when we've had conversations with active starters who are like, yeah, do you want to up my risk of injury by whatever that number is? That no one will know the exact, but do you want to up my risk of injury by 10, 15%? Is it worth it for your team, for your owner, for your fan base? That's what we're dealing with here, Kratz. So I was surprised to see him say yes. I hope that more starters say yes. I think there's a better chance that guys who have been in the bigs for a while, have contracts, know their bodies really well, say yes to stuff like this. But you tell me.
I mean, this guy went to Air Force originally, so maybe the Team USA thing. I played with Noah Song for Team USA, and he went to Navy. Now I'm forgetting. I think he went to Navy. But Noah Song, like, that was an honor for him to wear the USA jersey. And my question is, you said you're surprised Paul Skenes said yes, or you're surprised the Pirates said yes?
The Pirates, not Skenes. Listen, it's an honor for anybody to put on their team, their country's jersey. Like, talk to anybody that's played in the WBC, talk to guys all over the place, the Olympics people. I mean, it's an honor to put on the Team USA jersey. Yes, Paul Skenes went to Air Force and he's big in the military, but there's a lot of guys that I have people in my family that were in the military, and I love USA. So, and I would have been honored to wear the USA jersey at some point in my career, right? But it's not that. It's the fact that the Pirates have to. They ultimately, that's it. The Pirates have the say. And if Bob Nutting wakes up one day and says, you know what, I don't want Skenes to pitch because I want his 32 starts in a Pirates uniform, and I want him to pitch in Bradenton and draw crowds when he pitches in Pirate City, and then get that. They have a good hamburger there at Pirate City, so outside in a food truck. I want a lot of people to come and eat at the food truck.
Don't you think Bob's just going to ask his GM or whoever his front office leader
is?
I
think the chances are less if there's a new GM.
Me too.
Than there are if Huntington stays or Charrington stays. Sorry.
Yeah. Because if it's a new guy, he might be like, listen,
I don't want this dude to get hurt. He's my piece. Like, it's a less of a chance if Charrington's gone for me.
Agreed. 100%.
Because whoever they bring in is going to be like, my first thing is I don't want to lose Skenes for time. And then also, if I'm the new GM, as much as I hate to say this, you got to look into thinking about maybe.
No matter what, whether you're thinking about competing or trading, if you're a new GM and this is your prized piece, whether you're competing or you're building for the future, this is your prized piece. So the owner is probably going to say, hey, in this case, I don't know baseball. You tell me what we should do here. This is now your reins. Tell me what to do. It's interesting. That's why I was like,
I don't know that Bob Nutting can stay out of it that much.
Hey, FT fam, HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, Cam, because we're busy and we would like all of the ingredients to cook up something nice and make us look like elite chefs at home.
You know what I do? I've got kids in basketball, I've got soccer, I've got baseball. And when they get home, there's a fresh meal and they think, oh, Dad, he's so great. Well, no, it's not me. It's HelloFresh. It's nutritious. It's packed full of good nutrients. The kids have good energy, and they look at me like I'm the greatest dad in the world. So make sure you go grab that HelloFresh because you know what? It's doing my family all the good.
Cook up dishes like chicken Dijon and pecan-crusted trout, over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, and treats as well. Feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/FT10FM now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
What do you think is more likely? Skenes actually pitching for the WBC? Or us seeing the video of AJ running on the beach when he tore his hamstring, so he couldn't play in the WBC.
Well, I mean, there is no video of me pulling my hamstring.
Right, that's a zero.
So that's a zero. So the Skenes.
How about just running on the beach ever?
I mean, I usually don't film myself. I'm not Rocky. I don't film myself when I run on the beach.
Baywatch.
I mean, I'm no Mike Piazza taking swings in full uniform on the beach for no reason. Love you, Mike, but come on, that was a bad scene. You could have at least taken your shirt off at the time. I mean, Pam Anderson was still going to like you.
That was in Baywatch.
You've never seen that?
I've seen
Baywatch.
It's like 30 years old.
Mike Piazza, full Mike Piazza jersey on the beach taking hacks, and Pamela Anderson's like, oh, I wonder who that is. Oh, I don't know.
That's realistic.
Pam?
That's how you guys used to train. You monsters.
See, and the thing, like, people in the chat are like, well, Judge is on the team. Yeah, position players is a completely different animal. Position players, completely different. Pitchers, you only have so many bullets. And the fact that teams just don't want their best guys. Now, listen, there's certain guys that have power, that have pitched for long enough, and they're just like, I want to do this. I'm doing it. I'm under contract. I don't know. Is there? I don't even know. It's Jeremy's asking if there's insurance. There's got to be some sort of an insurance, but I don't know what.
It's huge.
Yeah, remember,
it's
monstrous.
Kershaw
didn't get cleared, right? Kershaw didn't get
It's
cleared
monstrous. It's even monstrous. It's decently big insurance for like the little things. Like when I went over to Japan for all those stars, there's insurance that has to be taken out, and it's not now. Those guys are mostly on big time contracts, but the insurance part of it, when a dude is obviously there's tiers. When a dude's a big leaguer, it's more than a minor leaguer. When the dude is a top prospect, it's more than a nothing big leaguer. When dudes are all-stars, it's more than just a regular big leaguer. Like it's tiered, but there's some big insurance policies.
I mean, if you look at the Team USA, what it could be. I mean, Skubal, Skenes. I mean, Logan Webb. I mean, there's some names out there.
Endless starting pitching talent.
I mean, Logan Gilbert. I mean, you can name them. You can go Jacob deGrom. But all these guys aren't going to get cleared. deGrom will never get cleared. Skubal probably won't get cleared because he's had arm problems in the past. And if you're the Tigers and he's not signed, and I think it's his last year of ARB next year, you think they're going to say,
hell no.
Hey, Tarek, go ahead and pitch for Team USA. And then they just sit there and go, God, please don't let anything, Mr. Pope, I know you're a White Sox fan and the Tigers are in your division, but please don't let anything happen to Tarek Skubal. Like, come on. Like, there's
Strider, no.
Right? I mean,
just go down the
Chris
line.
Sale is going to be no because he's too old. They're going to say
Sale, I think you have. See, I'll go.
See, Sale probably has a chance, but I don't think
this is the end of his career.
Yeah, I don't know. He would be one, I would think, but I mean, there's
Alex
a lot of
Anthopoulos,
guys.
I see your point, AJ. If you're Alex Anthopoulos and Sale is ready to go for the season, do I really want him?
And it's possibly his last year.
If I'm Alex, I'm like, WBC's cool, but screw off. It's my starter. He's had a checkered injury past in his 30s.
See, there you go.
I'm with you. That's why it's complicated. It's bumping up against our
It's cool. It's a cool announcement, though. He nailed the announcement.
I agree. He nailed the announcement. It's cool that he's doing it. Aaron Judge has nothing to do with Paul Skenes in any way. Position players have nothing to do with pitchers. And also, the last team had plenty of superstars for Team USA. That's not the problem.
No,
the problem
hitting
starting
is
pitching.
It's not the hitting problem.
No. Even relievers you can get away with, I think, much better than you can get away with starters.
Yeah, it's just such a pain in the ass for the manager because they can't pitch back to back, and teams call them and they have to. I mean, if you talk to D-Row about it, I mean, it's like, well, we can't pitch this guy this day. He can't pitch because, and they have back-to-back games, and sometimes you don't get the best against the best because you have to. Well, you have it's a lot. It's a lot.
So Mark DeRosa was on the Phillies show. He's the Team USA manager, former big leaguer, and he spoke about this. I encourage you to check out that episode. We also posted it on our Foul Territory podcast feed maybe 2 weeks ago. And they asked him about what he learned. And the biggest thing that he was giving back to them was the fact that he had to deal with way too much communication and rules with teams. I don't think that's going to change that much. But his point is that he would like to get players that he has more leeway with. It sounds like he'll do that even if that costs him some talent. So we'll see what happens. But you could feel the frustration in his answer. He was pissed off that he was told so many rules by so many different people, and it limits you so greatly. I don't know if you're going to escape that completely, but there's probably a way to at least get yourself to certain players that won't have as many restrictions. It's fascinating. It's far away. We're not going to announce every player and spend 10 minutes on it on our show. It's so far away. We'll obviously be all over it when it's happening in March. But this particular case I felt like was super fascinating.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.